Well, golf went over us tonight, but that's okay. Here's your 6 o'clock first alert forecast. Let's go ahead and just get right to it and talk about next week. We're finally going to be seeing the heat really being able to be turned on. As we can see tomorrow, we're going to be in the 80s, and Tuesday, it's going to feel like the 90s outside. Here's our heat index values. And yeah, Tuesday is going to be the day where it really is going to be really hot and actually somewhat muggy outside as well. Speaking of, let's go ahead and talk about our muggy trend for the entire week. Now, tomorrow, you could kind of classify that as a dry heat. Not a lot of moisture really moving into Michiana. On Tuesday, we're going to increase that dew point, which will also increase that feel-like temperature to close to 90 degrees on Tuesday. And then we are going to be kind of in that humid territory with rain chances throughout the days on Wednesday and Thursday. So let's go ahead and time out the heat, and then finally we'll talk about those rain chances that we see later on in our first alert forecast. We're going to start not tonight, but actually tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock in the morning. Everybody going to start the day right around 50 degrees, but watch how quickly we warm up through the day. By 11 o'clock in the morning, most folks getting right at that 70-degree mark already, and that's how you know it's already going to be hot. Today, our high temperature is having a very, very hard time getting into the middle 60s to kind of put it into perspective. Now, as we go throughout the rest of the day, by the afternoon, 3 o'clock, that's when we'll go another 10 degrees and hit 80 degrees. And then finally, for our high temperature, which will hit right around 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock in the afternoon, most folks are going to settle in the lower to middle 80s. We'll cool off, of course, going into the overnight hours, holding on to a lot of heat. So I know tomorrow a lot of our air conditioning units will be running. Now, rain is absent from the forecast until Wednesday, and Wednesday right around noontime, so we'll be watching for some considerable cloudiness on Wednesday morning. The clouds won't contain any moisture until looking like the afternoon. That's when we're going to be watching a cold front that'll be moving through Michiana, and we are also going to be watching for a couple embedded thunderstorms. As of now, it doesn't look like we're going to be dealing with severe weather. We're just going to be watching those temperatures finally come off of their 80-degree pedestal. Here's that 10-day forecast. 84 degrees as that actual high temperature for tomorrow. 89 degrees knocking on the door of 90 degrees for Tuesday, and then Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, that's when we're going to start to watch for that cold front coming through, giving us the thunderstorms and also giving us a bit of a cool down before we go into next week. And thankfully, not going to be dealing with golf later on tonight, so our 11 o'clock show will go on just as planned.